Alright, here we are in Gary's backyard, preparing to take off. There we go. There's a field that I mowed with my tractor's belly mower last week, and those pine trees you see in the background were planted by the strip miners after they backfilled. That was maybe 25 years ago. Alright, let's go to altitude. Preliminary altitude will be about 250 feet. Maximum altitude will be about 477 feet. Right now I have too much sky in the picture, so it makes the ground level items dark. I will correct that in a few seconds. Alright, I'm pointing the camera down. That's a lot better. As you can see, in the middle of September, the trees are starting to turn colors. Going up to 470 feet, approximately. Well, not yet, maybe around 300 now. Alright, those ponds you see in the middle of the picture are reclamation ponds. They're supposed to remove the iron and sulfur from a polluted creek that goes through my property. They have cattails and other vegetation planted there that hopefully removes those chemicals. There you can see my large pond. It's about 80 yards long. And there's the field. I mowed some paths through the field. You'll see that in a few seconds much clearer as I go up to maximum height. Alright, now we're going to go to 477 feet. There you can see the field better with the paths everywhere. And off to the right, you can see the smaller pond. Not on my property, but right on the edge. There are the reclamation ponds again. And to the left is my neighbor David Deal, that's his property. And what we're going to now is what my parents called the 40-acre field, but that's all been stripped and backfilled. And down at the very bottom, that's Curtis's house, and my neighbor's a little bit further down the road. And there's Cantner and Stoystown up by the hill in the middle. Rosenbaum's land, and coming up now, my neighbor Chris's land. Chris has a powerful backhoe with a brush hog, so he can cut through anything he wants. Those white buildings in the distance, that is Highland Tank. That's where a bullet landed from Curtis's rifle when he was target shooting with Paul. And some poor guy went through his windshield and bounced off of his chest. There's a somewhat better view of my neighbor's house. Steck on the left, Lawrence is on the right. And there's Cantner off to the left. Chris's house is approximately 1/3 of a mile from the main road. The field that I mowed, part of it is on Chris's property. Probably about 2/3 is on Chris's property. Alright, my garage, my house with my semi-new sunroom. My large cacti. Very handsome Gary. My small cacti. We'll take a walking tour down to the barn. Notice the shadow of the quadcopter in the yard. Those red and yellow bushes that you see are barberry bushes, those bushes. And those white trees are white birch that Perry and I planted, oh boy, maybe 20 years ago, who knows. That barberry bush there, when it was very small, Perry found it out in the woods. We transplanted it, and it's grown to be rather large. And there in the middle of the picture, sawdust and a couple of logs. I probably sawed about a half a year's worth of wood there. Alright, my bushes, my garage, my house, my driveway. Notice the cut stone along the right edge of the driveway. And the chair you see has a rock on it, and that's where I start with my unicycle. And we're about to end. There's my trailer.